Welcome to the webinar. I'm going to go straight to the next post of, my name is Ilya. I'm a co-founder and chief product officer of TaxDome. And although you see my face on here, I am by no means the only one behind this. I'm not even close. We have a whole team that is here, that is helping on this webinar, that is producing all of these amazing features that we're going to run through today. So although you see my face on here, there are hundreds of people here working on this, helping. And we have over 10,000 firms globally using this. That's why I was asking where you guys are from. For me, it's always really interesting seeing that, where people are from, because we're in more than 25 countries. We're a global company. If you are not aware of this and you have clients that don't speak English or you prefer a different language, we have, I think, 10 languages, something like that. Correct me, I'm from there, that we support in our system. So both you and your clients can use TaxDome in the interface, and all the emails you receive and everything, they're localized to your language of choice. And again, we're in more than 25 countries at this moment. Super excited to really bring you these updates and what we're talking about in there. Okay, next is, let's talk about what you can expect from today's webinar. So we're going to cover 5 major updates that we're going to introduce as well. And there, you see them on the screen. We're going to talk about them. And this by no means is all of the things that we're working on, right? We're working on lots of different things. We've added a lot more than this, and we're going to continue to add a lot more than this. But we wanted to have a webinar where we highlight these 5 major features that are either already released or going to be coming in the 4th quarter. So we're going to go through those. But again, this is by no means the only things that we're working on. It's just the major things that we're going to address today. So first thing we're going to talk about is SMS. And the reason why I highlight two-way is because there are other systems which have SMS, but they're one-way, right? You send it to your clients. This is a two-way SMS system. So you can message your clients and they can respond back to you. So why do you care? Why are you excited about this? So major thing is that you can communicate with your clients in a way that they prefer. And clients want to quickly be able to react directly on their phones, right? We already have secure chats, which firms love, and they've gotten great feedback, but people still want SMS for the major reason that SMS, you don't need any apps for, it just works and everybody has it. They're all used to it. You don't have to train anybody on it. So we're adding SMS to our suite of products that you can use to communicate with your team. So again, it's familiar. There are no apps required. And as you can see on the screen, it's in addition in the same platform as your secure chats and your email, right? So this is your aggregate communication suite of how your firm can communicate with your clients in a way that you prefer. Obviously, there's lots of amazing stats on the internet of why SMS exists. And there's tons of platforms that offer just SMS, right? We're by no means inventing something new here. This is an existing thing that many people use. And if you look at some of these business stats that these companies provide, they say that 98% of messages are open within 3 minutes and 3 minutes of being sent. And I'll be honest, I don't know how accurate that data is, simply because that's what people report on the internet. But what I do know, and which I'm very confident, is that it's going to have a much higher read rate than emails, right? I think we can be pretty confident of that. So that's really the main difference of this and why we're super excited to deliver it. So how does it work? First off is that you can send SMS to one contact, or you can send a bulk message. And this is a key differentiator. Some systems do not allow that. This allows you to have communication with many clients at once. Main thing that I want to stress is, again, bulk SMS. So you can select 100 of your clients, filter for all your clients that didn't get your data in on time, and you can send them an SMS. Each of the contacts associated with them is going to receive their own SMS to the phone number that they have stored. Other thing you can do, as you can see on the screen, is you can add short codes. So the SMSs that they receive, they can have short codes like contact name and any other information that you want. So here you can actually use contact short codes, because the SMSs are going to go directly to the contact. So if you select an account with 5 contacts, you'll be able to choose which of the contacts will receive those. And for consistency, you can add templates. So you can template them across your firm, so you're always sending consistent messages, no matter who from your team is responding to the SMSs or sending them. this is the first release. So it's going to be just you being able to send SMSs. First, you being able to create, we're integrating with Twilio. So you'll be able to create an account and send those SMSs. And the release after that is going to have SMS with automation. So workflow is a huge part of TaxDome and people love it. You're going to be able to have the same way you can have an email or a chat go out as an automation. You'll be able to have an SMS go out as an automation. And we're going to add the ability to have reminders, which again, you can customize reminders all across the platform to also be able to send an SMS reminder in addition to email reminders, which exist now. The main takeaway from all this, though, is that you have a suite of tools to communicate with clients in the way that you prefer, right? So within TaxDome, you can use email, so you can integrate any email platform that you want. You can integrate it. You have the full history of emails with the client going all the way back. You can do secure chats, which are awesome, and which have existed and they're awesome, excuse me, and SMS, which is new. So really any way you want to communicate with your clients, you can do that within one TaxDome suite. Okay, moving on, let's talk about proposals and engagement letters. Contracts are what we used to have. And those of you that have been using TaxDome for a number of years, you've probably seen contracts in your platform. Contracts are now proposals and engagement letters. Okay, so this is the next iteration of what contracts, of what you can use within your firm. And really, the main things you can do is you can pitch your services in a professional manner. And the other addition is you can secure timely payments. So we've added branding and payments to the original contract feature. And I'm going to go through it in detail here, but that's really the main thing I want you to get across. And what you're seeing on the screen, this is what your client sees. Your client sees, and everything on here is fully customizable, which I'm going to talk a little bit later on. But your client is going to have an awesome experience doing this because at the end of the day, this is done to convey your firm's value to your client, give them an awesome experience. On to the customization aspect. Some of you, and we get a lot of questions about this, I don't want to send a proposal engagement letter. I only want to send a proposal, or I only want to send an engagement letter. You can do whatever you want and you can customize it. Everything here, including the steps, including the names of things, everything is customizable. So you can make it as complex or as simple as you want for your firm needs. And every client, every job, every workflow, you can customize it and have different ones. From our perspective, we want to give you the tools and the platform to be able to communicate in a manner that you think is best. And then how you actually utilize it is totally up to you. So the first thing I want to address is how does this customization work? So first off, we wanted to make you be able to promote your brand much more. This is one of the key goals, right? Because at the end of the day, a proposal has to make you look good. This is you're trying to secure a deal. You're trying to get your clients to sign on the dotted line, so to speak, and you want to put your best foot forward. You can now add videos, you can add logos, so really multimedia that we find a lot of firms want to invest in to introduce their services, to convey the actual service that you're working on. If you're doing, you guys know what bookkeeping and reconciliation and cleaning up your books, what those mean. Your client might not. So putting that into an introduction, saying, hey, this is actually what we're going to do for you. This is why you should care. This is why it's interesting. We find that helps close those deals and really lets you promote your brand and add the value, not just compliance that you're doing, but again, remember, convey the value that you're bringing them. Next step is engagement letters. So you can outline the contractual terms between your firm and the client here. And you can customize as much as you want. If you see how it says engagement letter, you can name it whatever you want. If you want it to say contract, if you want it to say terms, you can customize this as much as you want or as little as you want. And we have a growing library of templates for this. And we're going to talk about that a little more in this presentation. But that's the main thing I wanted to get across is everything is fully customizable and you'll be able to add in the engagement letters that you want to use. So on to the actual customization. Everything, and I'm going to keep stressing this, everything is customizable from what your clients see. So on the left-hand side, you're seeing these are all the different toggles that you have when creating it that allow you to customize this as much as you want. Then once you've actually added, saying, yes, I do want to add an introduction to maybe add a video or promote my brand, you can name it whatever you want. Instead of calling it introduction, you can call it Intro to Acme Corporation or why you want to work with us. You can name it whatever you want, and that's what your client is going to see. Now, next, the other part besides the branding is the payment, right? So you can decide whether or not you want your clients to be able to, you want to tie payment to them agreeing to this document and signing it. So we had some feedback from the early access community that actually said, hey, this is great, but sometimes we don't always want to add the invoice right away. We want to be able to show the services without creating the invoice. So based off that feedback, we've actually added that option. So you can add invoices or ask for a deposit right away at the time of signing. Or if you want to just show them the invoice and saying, hey, this is going to be the price list, these are the items that we're going to prepare for you, but your client won't be asked to sign an in to pay right away, you can do that too. So the option is fully there. And then once you say that, yes, I do want to collect payment, which again, we recommend, those are best practices. And if you look on our community, we've had a whole discussion about this where, tons and tons of firm owners and practitioners are talking about how firms want to get paid upfront, right? This is your hard-earned labor. This is your, either you or your team or whoever is working on it, but you deserve to get paid. And the industry is moving much more towards getting paid earlier in the engagement, if not fully upfront. So it's no longer taboo to ask for payment. This is normal and clients have come to expect it. So we give you the option to do that. And then when you're getting paid, we give you the option to get paid in the manner that you want. So if you want to, for example, if you're sending a very large engagement offer, maybe 10,000 or something like that or more, you might want to send saying, hey, I only want to get paid through a bank debit because I don't want to pay the credit card fee. Or if I want to send it to credit or give the client the option. Point is, you can decide how you want to get paid. Everything is customizable. So here I was talking about what it looks like for you, okay, all the things you can customize. But now I'm going to move on to how it actually works for your clients. First thing is it's mobile friendly and everything is easy, right? That's the easy thing. Everything is super, super easy. So your client is going to receive a notification, email, and in their mobile app, which again, we strongly recommend that they utilize. And as soon as they click on them, they're taken directly to the document. Super easy. It just takes them right there. Now, once they agree to your terms, then they can proceed to make a payment and e-sign the proposal or the just engagement letter or whatever it is that you name it. Again, they're going to see what you want them to see. They're going to sign that right and pay for it right within their phone. Then they receive a confirmation. Done. Super easy. They can do it from their couch. They can do it in the waiting room somewhere. Super easy. So again, for your firm, why do you care? Remember, you can simply send a client an invoice and you can do there's many ways of doing things, right? But businesses that stick around and businesses that really create a better experience for their clients are those that really want to present themselves. You want to put your best foot forward. So we allow you to do that. So we allow you to present your branding, your logos, images, and at the end of the day, your client is going to have a great experience with the entire process. So these are some stats from the early access community, is that more than 70% of the documents were signed the same exact day. Other kind of best practices is we were interested to see what firms would want to use. We find that firms do add those introduction pages with branding and videos. That's what I was talking about earlier. And more than 80% of people adding custom messages. So remember, the more you can personalize things, it seems that this is what people like, and clients seem to like it too. So the other part, remember, if you're getting paid, right? At the end of the day, you're not, as much as you like your clients, as much as you like doing your work, you need to get paid at the end of the day. And that's really where this ties in, is this really allows your firm to get paid earlier in the process. You can save time with the automated billing. You're never really chasing down clients. Everything can happen automatically without you doing any of it. So if you have admins whose entire job it is to get clients assigned, to get payment authorization, to send them some fillable PDF that you have to then transfer to a different system in order to make sure that you get paid, you don't have to do any of this. The system will do it all for you. This is where TaxDome comes in. It's all included and you can get paid upfront. So again, here's some more stats from the early access users. So more than 50% of the invoices of the proposals contain invoices. With there, if you look at the actual people that did prepare, more than 90% asked to be paid upfront instead of scheduling an invoice for the future. Although, to be fair, I think this is partially with the limitation that we had, where you could only do one-time invoices. You can actually add recurring invoices now to proposals. So that's actually a release that we just added in as well. And once you do add in invoices, we find that more than 80% of people chose to do the automated payment collection, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Nobody wants to have your clients be pinged every single time to pay. Strongly recommend to do for the automated payments. It's better for you. It's better for your client. It's just a better experience for everybody involved. All right. We talked about SMS. We've talked about proposals. Now we're going to talk about reporting. This has been a big thing that we've been working on for a while, and a big request from people is we need more reporting. So now you have it. First thing you want to do is you can really be in control of your business objectives, right? At the end of the day, what is reporting? Reporting allows managers the ability to see what is going on in their practice on a real deep level, not just I see 3 upset clients or I see 3 happy clients, but you need to be able to monitor KPIs. You need to be able to track your performance. You need to be able to track client satisfaction and really have an overall understanding of your business performance, right? So every business owner, every manager, you have to be able to have KPIs that you and your team are watching, and you're going to be able to drill down in them. So that is what you can do now. KPI, for those who don't know, a KPI is called a key performance indicator. So in every business, there's different metrics that you want to track, and you're probably doing this for your clients as well. So those of you that are servicing, depending on the industry of your client, different industries have different metrics that you're tracking. So you want to track the things that are important for you as a business, because that helps you understand the health and the health of your business, right? Again, I'm sure you love what you do, but you need to understand how effective it is. So this is really where KPIs and reporting comes into play. First thing that we're adding in is you have real-time data insights across every single thing in every piece of data in TaxDome, and we're going to keep adding more. There are the more data sets that we include, and we're actually working on a whole activity feed for workflow to drill down even further. But what you can do is you can really build on anything within TaxDome. So you can transform your firm's data into customized reports. And I'll talk a little more about that afterwards, but you can create these interactive dashboards to track whatever data that you want to follow and really drill down into it. So one of the ways you can do it is why would you want to do this? If we bring it back there, why are you doing this? Is because you need to identify bottlenecks, and you also want to find the things that are doing well so you can do more of them, right? It sounds common sense in every business, but it makes sense to utter those words, right? At the end of the day, you want to know what's going well, what's not, and you want to allocate resources towards them. So if you have a team, you need to understand who's doing well, who's top performer, and who's not, right? Those are key insights that you need as a manager. Same thing on the client side. You want to understand who are your top clients, right? Do they have specific characteristics? Should I be focusing more on this niche? Right? Those are all insights that you can then think about and drill down into, because those allow you to adjust your sales strategies and your marketing is there, right? You want to focus on your most valuable clients. You want to make sure that you're delivering the value to them and do that. Every business has the 80-20 rule, right? You want to understand that, and this reporting tool allows you to do that. So now, if you notice at the top, it says, which are my I did a search. There's natural, I'll go to the next slide actually there. We'll come back to that, but there's natural language processing. So what does that mean? You can simply ask questions and the AI will understand what you're doing. We'll come back to that in a second. I rushed a little bit there. So before that, you can calculate metrics on, again, what matters, right? So you can drill down by specific jobs, how much time you're spending on them. You want to understand, is there a certain stage of my workflow where clients are getting bogged down, right? Is there something I need to work on? Is there specific, maybe they're getting stuck in the review stage for too long. And actually, if I hire 2 more reviewers, I'm going to be able to process 3 times more clients, and it's going to pay for itself in 2 months. Those are all business insights that you might want to make as a firm owner or a partner, is by looking at these reports in detail. So let's move on. Oh, and then final part there is that you can present the reports through dozens of visualizations, right? So everybody has different ways of learning. Everybody likes different. Some people prefer text, some people prefer graphs, pivot tables. If you notice on the right where it says chart, you can really customize how you want the reports to be prepared, and you can do that. So whether you're a visual person, whether you prefer charts, whether you prefer bar lines, you can do whatever that you want. And if we bring this back to there, the more you are implemented in TaxDome and the more you're using it, the better your data will be and the better the reporting will be, right? In any system, reporting is only as good as the inputs. Reporting lets you see what we did, what we worked on, and make insights from them. So the more data points that you give it, the better your reporting will be and the more insights you're going to glean. And that's really, again, where TaxDome is really helpful, because you can track everything here. You can track everything from your workflow to your customer interactions, to all of your team, to your tags, everything you can track. And this is really the tip of the iceberg, so to speak, that we can just fit on this page. But the more you implement TaxDome within your team, the more it becomes an essential part of your process, the better your data and the insights are going to be. So whether or not you're looking at profitability, again, cohorts, what should we be focusing on? Whether you're looking at team performance, my bookkeeping team is underperforming relative to my tax team, and maybe we need to work on that. You can track customer satisfaction across, again, different cohorts. The more you can track this stuff, the more insights you're going to have, the better business decisions you're going to make. So the actual reports, what are they? What can you do? We've included 3 built reports. We've included a understanding of your revenue. So you can analyze revenue by different sources. And then we have utilization rates. For those of you, we've been working a lot on our time and billing aspect of it. So utilization rates, you can now track those. And we're currently working on a profitability report by letting you add input labor costs. So that's something as well that's being added here as well. But again, these are just the pre-built reports. Pre-built reports are just the tip of the iceberg again. The real benefit of this is you can fully make your own customizable reports, is that you can drill down on whatever piece of data you want. You can save those reports. You can add them to different dashboards, and you can also schedule automated sending. So if you have a partner meeting every Monday, you can set up a report for example, weekly utilization report. You can have an automated report be sent to the people on your team every single Monday before the meeting, so that you have a document to work with. So the more you integrate these insights into your daily processes, you're going to get rid of manual data gathering. You're never going to have to look these things up. Once you do it once and save it, boom, you have that report ready made for you. So we talked about the sending reports, but it also helps with your team, right? So for example, you might want to set up if you have quarterly performance reports with your team, you can set up a quarterly report where you have before the meeting, you can have an automated report, go to that person and say, hey, this is how you've done this quarter. This is how you compare to other team members. And then when you have that meeting, that performance review, it provides the structure for it. So you can have as many of these as you want. You can save them. You can automate all of this there. Same time, if you're preparing a presentation, you can incorporate those visuals I was talking about, right? So if you're presenting this to senior management, you can make really pretty presentations, and people love pretty things. At the end of the day, you can work on something for a week. They're going to look at the pretty image on the screen and see whether they like it or not. And that's going to be the first impression they're going to get. So by having attractive artifacts you can put into your presentations, that's going to make you look good. Onto the AI aspect of it. One of the first parts is that you see there is that there's AI suggestions. The AI is going to look at your actual search data. It's going to look at the data you're providing and where you have heavy information, and it's going to suggest them to you. So this is even before you get started. So these are some of the suggestions that it can offer you. On top of that, the more you use it, the more it's going to adapt to your goals. There's a little thumbs up and thumbs down on each of them. So if it suggests something really good to you, give you feedback, and then it's going to learn based off of your individual preferences, what you like to see and what you don't like to see. So it's going to continue to learn based off of the data that you give it within your organization. And as you see at the top, you want to ask direct questions. So this is called natural language processing. You can literally say, which are my best clients? And it's going to give you a suggestion of what it thinks you can do. And then again, like I said, you can give it feedback back to it, and then it's going to say whether that's what you were looking for or not. And actually, you don't see it on the screenshot, but you can scroll down and see the other suggestions that they were given. On top of that, it builds on a system of synonyms. So let's say you start looking for clients. Someone might say use the word customer. It has this whole dictionary that it's going to continue to grow based off of the terms you are using to see, again, what terms you're using and what you're suggesting to give you better suggestions in the future. So this reporting, again, every data piece inside of TaxDome, you can now build custom reports on. There are pre-built reports included, but for every team, what we find is that you're going to want to build your own custom reports based off of your department, based off of customer cohorts, based off of different team members. You're going to build those, and you can save them to have live dashboards to really understand the business performance across your team at any point in time. And you can have them sent periodically for performance reviews, for partner reviews, and so forth. So super excited about this, and this is going to be coming in. Okay. Okay. So we've talked about SMS. We've talked about proposals and engagement letters, and we've talked about now reporting. But we're about to move on to the marketplace. Okay. What is the marketplace? All of you that use, presumably every single one of you uses either an iPhone or an Android. The marketplace is the App Store, but for TaxDome templates, or the Google Play Store. If you use Google, I like iPhone. That's there. It's just like it's like the App Store, but for TaxDome templates. So this has been a key question from people for a while of, I want a better way of looking through the templates in TaxDome. The previous system has been aged at this point, and this is the new way of doing it. So you can get templates for everything within TaxDome: jobs, tasks, emails, entire workflows. So again, if you download a pipeline workflow, that is going to add all of the automations within that workflow to your workspace as well. So how can you use this? It's going to allow you to get started and implement best practices easily. And we're going to talk a lot about the best practices and how that comes in, but that's really the benefit here. Is it's going to allow you to see, this is the workflow that I'm looking for. I'm going to see all of the different templates and be able to see best practices across the industry. So these templates are made by TaxDome. They're going to be made by industry experts. So you'll see that kind of in the slides right after this, but you guys can share your templates with other people in the community. And this is huge because we don't want to be the sole arbiter of making the templates. So the templates are going to be in multiple languages and multiple countries and covering a variety of workflows. So it's going to be really encompassing, very similar to the App Store, right? So whatever the App Store experiences, that's what we're really trying to recreate here. So one of the things that the issues with the current template library is you don't know what you're getting. You would simply see like a text of bookkeeping pipeline. Great. You have no idea what that means. So now templates have multimedia, video and images, and we strongly encourage the creators to create content that convey the value and the benefit of their offering. Really, when you open it, simply if you look in the App Store, you can see exactly what I'm looking at. You can see a video, hopefully, that's going to explain what it's going to be. Images, a big description, and you'll be able to see with time reviews for those templates to see what people really like and so forth. There's sort options, right? If you're in Finland and you don't want to look for templates in America or Spain or the UK, you're going to be able to sort them by country and look at those. So we really want to make it a really great experience for anyone that's browsing, and make sure that when you're adding a template to your workspace, you're doing it with confidence, that you feel that you like what you're seeing, you're adding it, and you have a better idea of what it is that you're adding instead of just a text version. There's some questions about who can add templates in here. You can become a creator. That's what we call creators, the term of people that are publishing their own templates in addition to TaxDome. TaxDome is going to have tons and tons of free templates in there. Everything that we publish is always going to be free. But on top of that, if you want to be a creator, if you want to add, if you want to share your templates with the world, if you want to boost your reputation as an industry leader, right? So this is going to be seen by thousands of people globally. By having templates in here, it's going to boost you as an influencer, as a person in the industry that you should listen to. So when you are listing those templates, you can list them for free, totally up to you, just like the App Store, or you can do it for a fee. And if you do that, you can get paid for the content that you're producing. So it's totally up to you how you do it. We strongly recommend that when you do that, you're going to add the content that we're talking about, right? So you want to add videos, you want to add photos, you want to make sure that a person looking at your template is going to want it there. And I see there's a bunch of questions of not using texting and so forth. Everything within TaxDome, just quick, pardon the interruption, everything within TaxDome is totally up to you. You don't have to use anything. You can use whatever you want. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. So for example, Marketplace, if you want to use templates from here, please do. If you want to use proposals, please do. SMS, please do. Everything is available to you to decide what makes the most sense for you and your firm there. So back to the creators aspect of it. So you get to decide how you want your template to look. Hopefully you're providing great content so people see what they're getting. And just like anything, the people will speak, so to speak. So if you have a great template and people want to look for it, then you'll be recognized for that. And then you can list them again for either for free with the community, or you can choose to list them for a fee. And every template can be different. So it's fully up to you if you want to become a creator. And we know a lot of people are interested in this, so we're super excited. Again, if you want to reach more firms, this is a great way for creators to really be part of the community as a discovery mechanism for that. And again, the listings that you're creating, you want to boost them with multimedia to make sure that they're more presentable. All right. We talked about the marketplace, super excited. And let's go on to the new firm mobile app. Okay, so why are we doing this? First off is, if you don't remember, or if you don't know, we released a brand new client mobile app earlier this fall. And the client mobile app has been a huge success. It's done really well. And that's actually the screenshot that you see here. And we've had really great data on it. We see people like it. So if your clients are not aware of the client mobile app, we strongly recommend that you make them aware of it. We have a template in our library, and we're actually going to include that in the transcript as well, that has the links to both app stores. So when you send your clients an email, they can have the link to the iOS store, they can have the link to the Android store. It's also available inside of their portal for quick download, but your clients are going to have an amazing experience using the mobile app. It is awesome, strongly recommended. And because of that success, and again, it's not breaking news, but people like mobile apps. Everything is done on phones, right? We know this. This is almost 2024. Everything's on phones. More and more firm staff are expecting to see the same exact thing. We're working on that for you right now. In 2024, we expect the firm mobile app to be fully operational to manage your firm. And again, every data piece that you look at really speaks to why this is so important, right? If you look up when people are using their phones, I thought this is really interesting. More than 90% of emails outside of working hours are sent through mobile phones. And obviously everybody wants to focus on work-life balance and so forth, but at the end of the day, people are still doing this. So again, I'm not commenting on whether they should or shouldn't, but people are still using their phones. So we want to give them a tool to make them even more successful in doing that. So we have a firm mobile app, but we're completely redesigning it, right? Because why not? First thing you can do is, you notice the brand new visuals, brand new everything, but main thing I want to focus on is the documents. So that's the first real big addition that we're doing here, outside of just visual improvements and so forth, which are slight improvements. But the documents is the first thing that you're going to be able to have, that you're going to be able to do. So you're going to be able to upload documents. You're going to be able to view documents, really interact with documents from your phone, which you cannot do now in the prior app. So that's really the first release that we're focusing on. But the overall idea is that within 2024, the firm app is going to be a big focus in becoming fully operational. And we're starting with documents, which in our research was the biggest thing that people wanted there. So you can view and you manage documents, you can upload them, whatever you need to do to interact with them, you'll be able to do that. As before, you can access your client data, your CRM information. We've made it prettier. It's newer, it's faster because it's new architecture. So because of that, these are the existing features, but they've been redesigned in the new format. So you'll be able to have them there. And everything has been designed really around ease of use, right? And that's the main thing that we saw from the client app, is that the more you make things easy to use, and again, obvious, but we really make this a focus, and we want to make this a focus on the firm mobile app as well. And obviously the firm mobile app is going to have much more stuff in there, simply because you guys can do so much, but that's going to be a really big focus in every single feature, is making it super easy to use, and the usability aspect of it is something that's key. And mentioned documents being the first thing. The next thing is going to be workflow. So that's going to be the next thing that you'll be able to do, is manage all of your workflow from within the firm mobile app as well. All right. So there's one more thing. The education team has been really busy on working on the academy, creating video content, creating text content, creating webinars, everything that you want to do. There's going to be tons of stuff. There's tons of options available for you. And one thing that a lot of people have been asking for is live hands-on boot camps. So that is going to be, we're already doing one actually this week. So you might have already actually received our test trial is this week. So if you're in it, fantastic. But we're going to be doing another boot camp that's going to be coming up soon. And these boot camps are 5 one-hour sessions with our team. This is all included there. And they're going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be streamed live. And they're a hands-on workshop to really get you guys caught up to get caught up quickly. This is all included as part of anything our education team puts out. It's always included and free. We have these live boot camps. They're 5 one-hour sessions, and we want you to think of it as, and the reason we call them a boot camp, it's you working with our team of experts online at the same exact time, working on it together to really get you onboarded. And it's a 1 week, 5 hours. And by that time, you should be fully set up there. We're doing a test trial right now, and then we're going to have another one. Again, the dates will be adjusted for another one, and you will receive an email introduction to those boot camps. All right. And again, one final thing I want to add is we covered 5 features here today, but we've been working on so many more things, right? This is just a tip of the iceberg. We wanted to piece together a major, what do I need to know? And these are the things you need to know that we're releasing this quarter there. So we're super, super excited to do that. But again, this is not everything. Please be on the lookout for our release notes and other feature updates for many of other things that we're working on. And I see there's lots and lots of interest in the bootcamp. So you guys are going to receive an email invite. So look out for those and click that link and sign up for it. You guys are going to like it. Let's go through some of the questions, and I'm going to try and answer a bunch of them live while the team is going to consider answering questions there. Okay. First question. Are there pricing packages in proposals and engagement letters? Great question. We will be adding them. So the first version is going to have, and actually they're in the early access community, and we expect to release it to production within 2 weeks, I think, something like that. But the next version, which we're going to release in the first quarter, should have packages. Not in this version, but that is something that we're working on. They're currently in testing and design testing right now, but you will be able to add package ABC, name them gold, bronze, silver, whatever it is you want to name them. You'll be able to add packages within proposals and engagement letters. All right. Next question is, will engagement letters be printable PDF that looks professional? Yes. So within the engagement letter, you can click, there's a little 3 dots. You can click print and download them, and you can do that and it'll look professional. The only thing is if you have a video in there, that's going to mess up what it looks like. So just keep that in mind. I would recommend to test it if you're going to be printing it for clients, test to see what it looks like before you do that. But again, we strongly recommend to do everything digital, right? Your clients, they're going to love the experience, especially if they're doing it on the mobile app. They can print them themselves if they want as well, but everything is digital. It's easy. They can sign, they can put in their account number, their routing number, and so forth. So everything is going to be easy for them. So we strongly recommend for you to do that as well. There's another question of, will my clients have to sign in to do the proposals? Right now, yes, but we are moving towards giving you the option to make everything be not having to sign in as possible. So we've already done that for invoices, and we're going to be doing that for pretty much all the features. So over time, you will be able to send proposals without somebody having to sign in as well. But in our testing, this has not been a blocker. They're perfectly fine with it. But I do agree that sometimes just sending a proposal to somebody that you don't know is better off doing there. So that is something we're going to be adding in there. During the workflow, how does TaxDome know how much to invoice for the client? So if you indicate it in the proposal, it'll invoice it based off of the services that you select and provide in the proposal automatically. And Russell had a question here, and you can do it based off of, again, a one-time fee. And just this week, we added in the ability to do recurring. For example, if you want to send your client a 12-month bookkeeping proposal engagement letter, you can do it, and you can set it to auto pay so that your client, once they provide the banking information or the credit card, it's going to go automatically and charge them every month if that's what you set up, without anyone having to do anything. So in one workflow, your client receives the proposal, reviews it, looks at your company's branding, looks at potentially the videos you've included that present your services. They look at it, they say, this is awesome. And they say, yes, I want to do this. They look at the services that you're providing them, 12 months bookkeeping, $1,000 each. Awesome, I want to do this. They click next. They put in their banking information or credit card, whichever you put. They sign, done. You never have to chase them for payment. They never have to put in another credit card information. It all happens there. So this is the auto draft part that somebody's asking as well. Okay. There's some questions about SMS. This is being rolled out. Everything here is being rolled out this quarter. So whether or not you see it today or you'll see it in a week or two, we wanted to give an update early because people need to prepare of what's going to be there ahead of tax season. This is all being rolled out right now. So if you guys don't see something in your platform, it'll be there sometime this quarter. There's questions about, okay, there's a question about a centralized SMS and chat function. We are working on having a global messages section where you're going to have all of the communication come in at once. We know, especially when you have a lot of clients and a lot of messaging going back and forth, that's hard to get through. You do receive notifications for all the messages and so forth, but we also want to make a general area where you'll be able to see all of them in one place. That's easy. Okay, there's some questions on the marketplace and previewing what's in the template. So that's really the benefit of having the multimedia and having the images there is if you want your template to be seen, if you want people if you want to get good reviews and everything, you put in make great contact around it. You want to put a video, you'll be able to, hopefully the person making it will put in a video and images based off of their template, why you should buy it, why you should download it if you want to. The templates all included by TaxDome that are all free are always going to have video explanations of what they have. And we're going to have templates for Canada, for Spain, for every country. You're going to have templates in there as well. And again, if you want to be a creator, if you're in country X and you want to put in templates for your country because you see that there isn't there, please become a creator, list your templates on there, and we'd love to see you there. And yes, the TaxDome library will be replaced with the marketplace. Will I have to pay for templates or will they be there? It's going to be fully up to the person presenting those templates. So every template that TaxDome puts out is going to be free, but some people, the creators which you can choose whether or not they want to make them free or put a price on them, just like the App Store. Can we decline to use SMS and Twilio and just use existing free chats? 100%, totally up to you. This is just an additional thing that you can utilize. You don't have to. If you don't want to integrate it, you don't want to use SMS, you do not have to. If you don't turn this on, you're not going to start randomly receiving SMSs from clients out of nowhere. It's only if you enable it and start messaging them from there. So totally up to you. So there's some questions on finding templates in the library. That's one of the biggest complaints about the current library before is once you get to a lot of template, you need good tools to be able to do it. We're going to be working on adding more and more ways of you being able to see being able to filter and drill down to the templates that you want to see. Some people saying, I use different apps for SMS and so forth. Fantastic. But those SMSs, they live in a different system. They're not integrated with everything, right? Here, you're able to see a full timeline of communication with your client, right? So whether or not you see an email, whether or not you send them an SMS, whether or not you chat, whatever you prefer is going to be included in one platform. You'll be able to see it all from there. The client experience is the same. At the end of the day, your client just receives an SMS on their phone, doesn't matter. But for you, the experience of having SMS within the platform, we find is going to be a big option, a big benefit, excuse me. Thank you guys. Really hope that this was helpful. We're going to have another webinar. So all of these features that we talked about, I cover them on a very high level here, right? We just wanted to introduce them, make you aware of them. For every one of these releases, we're going to have another webinar for each of them where I go through them in detail. So the first one's going to be proposals and engagement letters. That one's going to be very soon. And that's the first one. So look out for that, an email for that. Also look out for an email if you're to those boot camps. As mentioned, we're going to have boot camp live included bootcamp sessions that we're going to be sending out in introduction soon. Please stay on, check your email and register there. We're super excited to have all of you on there. Awesome. So thank you all so much. I hope I didn't talk too fast, but needed to talk just fast enough to be able to get it in here. So thank you guys.